is up, YouTube? I am Eric and you are watching Retro Video Game Pickups. In this video, we are going to get you prepared to go game hunting after the coronavirus. So if you like games, consoles, or product reviews, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification. With that being said, let's hop into it. Okay, so in this video, I want to talk about a few things about game hunting. Now, it is 2020, June is next week, and it's been a crazy year. Honestly, you guys know it, and game hunting has been up and down and completely crazy, especially due to the coronavirus. You know that a lot of people have been stuck at home. Things have been shut down from anywhere to 6 to 8 weeks, depending on where you are or where you live. And things are starting to open up if they have not already opened up in your area, as well as mine. So I wanted to sit down and kind of think about this. I wanted to think about kind of how things are going to be when I come back from not hunting for a long time. Will I be a little rusty? Will I miss things? That's something I kind of wanted to think about. What do I want to kind of do to be prepared for when I go out hunting? And be able to kind of give you guys some good advice as well, because honestly, if you haven't been doing something for 6 to 8 weeks, that could make you miss things or do something like that. So in the next week or so, I plan on actually going out and starting to game hunt a little bit more. Obviously, I haven't done any at all, but I have one video or a portion of a video of like games under $5 from way back when. So I'm gonna try to wrap that one up here in the next 2 weeks and bring that for you guys. But I kind of wanted to talk about this. I want to talk about how things are gonna be. And so these are all ideas and things I think that could help you whenever you go out. And I want to kind of make things be ready for you. And that way you're prepared for whenever you are able to go out. If that is to this week or next week or whenever it is for you guys to go out. So the first thing I want to talk about is stock. Now, you guys are thinking, okay, I haven't been to these places in 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, however long they've been closed down. And you're probably thinking, oh, their stock is going to be great. I'm going to go out and find everything that I have ever imagined, ever dreamed of. And I don't think that's going to be the case. What I am thinking is going to happen is that stock is going to be rather low, which kind of sucks if you think about it, but I think it could get better. But starting off, you gotta think, these places closed, straight up closed down 6 to 8 weeks ago. That means no one was working there. That means no one was restocking the shelves. No one, for instance, if it was a thrift store, was getting donations. Nothing like that. So I think this is where we're going to be stuck in this period of time, probably for 2 weeks to 4 weeks to about a month of kind of no stock or low stock, or probably the stock that you saw before everything closed. So what does that mean? Does that mean you should get discouraged? No, not at all. I wanted to say this because I want you to know that you may not find everything that you've been dreaming about for the last 6 weeks. And I myself have been wanting to go out, have been like, oh, what if I go and find this, or remember that time I found that Game Boy Color with all those games, or when I found this or that. And so I kind of wanted to kind of keep a level head and say, stock is probably going to be a little low. So I'm probably going to go ahead and hit this Goodwill down the street 3 or 4 times in a week, and maybe I'll find something, whereas normally I would go like once or twice, just because kind of the balance of how things are going. And so I thought that was an interesting way to kind of think about it. Stock's not going to be full. And so I want you guys to know that. Now, the next thing I'm going to be saying is to be safe. Being prepared not only means you're going to see low stock, but you also could potentially run into someone who is sick. So you want to stay safe. So make sure you wear a mask. Now, people are talking about not wearing masks or wearing masks or whatever. Just do what you think is right. Be safe. If you're afraid of getting sick or don't want to be sick, wear a mask. You're going to protect yourself a little bit more. And so I think that's where I kind of wanted to talk about this. Right now, you could wear gloves, you can wear a mask and be safe. But I mean, that's not for everyone. If you're going into a store, wear a mask for sure, just not only for your own personal safety, but also for like the people that work there. Think about the people that have to go in and day out and have to work with these people, no matter whether they're sick or not, wearing a mask or not. So be respectful of the people working at your thrift store, your Goodwill, or wherever you're going for game hunting. Be respectful for them. Like, think about those people and say, those people haven't had a job in 6 weeks and now they're forced to be back at work. They don't want to get sick to work, miss more work. So be respectful for those people. I mean, those people are the ones who are the reason that store is being able to open and that you can find good games. So be respectful. That's all I have to say. The next topic I wanted to talk about was, would there be less people out hunting or more people out hunting? Now, personally, I hope there's less, but that's only because I want to be selfish and I want to not only find good stuff, but I also want to be safe. But on the other side of it, as I'm thinking that there might be more than usual because everyone's been stuck at home, and I know people are dying to go out, and maybe being safe and going out at a certain time may be smarter than going out when it's packed at the store. Like going maybe on like a Thursday night instead of a Saturday night. It's probably going to be less busy on the Thursday, but depending on what store you're going to, who knows, it could not be. So I wanted to say this, there may be more or less people just because of the way things are. You're expecting a lot of people to stay home to be safe, but at the same time, a lot of people have been stuck at home for 6 to 8 weeks and they're wanting to get out and go about their normal daily business, and they kind of want to get back out there. So I think this is one of those areas you gotta kind of weigh. Will there be less people? Yeah, probably, but there also might be more people. So just be expecting both. Don't go in expecting it to be empty and then when it gets packed, get pissed off. No, just say, okay, either people are gonna be there or they're not gonna be there. I'm gonna go in, shop, be safe like the step before this, and make sure that everyone turns out well and they have a good life and everything that they're doing in that certain moment. Now, you've got to know where to look for games. So, if you're new to this channel and you haven't heard this, I'm going to throw down some of my favorite places to go. Now, thrift stores are obviously great ones. Goodwill, Salvation Armies, regular, just run-of-the-mill, small community thrift stores. Those are where I do the bulk of my game hunting. Now, I do go to pawn shops as well, and I go to flea markets, and there's a few other places like Mercari and stuff like that, odds and ends kind of places. But you gotta know where in your area you can find good games. Now, in my area, Salvation Army and Goodwill have kind of had been lacking in 3 or 4 months ago, but they could be really packed right now. So I'm gonna check all of those places whenever I'm ready to go out. If I am going out, I'm probably gonna hit that Goodwill that I normally hit up. I'm gonna hit Salvation Army that I normally hit up, a community thrift store that we have, another community thrift store. I probably hit up some pawn shops. Like all of these places, I'm thinking in my mind the last 6 weeks, where do I want to go? I want to go to this place, I want to go to this place, I want to look at this place for shoes, I want to look for games at this place, maybe some old vintage clothes here. I'm thinking kind of how I want to do this. That way I'm prepared for whenever I'm actually out there and I'm looking. Now, I know there's a lot of steps here, but they're pretty simple if you think about it. Find where you want to go. So that thrift store down the street that has Goodwill, that's a Goodwill that has good shoes, go pick that up, go flip them, go sell them. You know what it can do. You've got the internet, do your research, find out how much it's worth before you buy it, and you'll be able to add more money into your game collecting fund and be able to grow your collection. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. And the last thing in this video that we are going to talk about is know your prices. If you've been watching game prices for the last say 3 months, you've noticed that 3 months ago, those games were not worth the same amount as today. Those prices have just skyrocketed, and I think that's because people are stuck at home. Like, obviously, people want entertainment, and video games are very entertaining, and whenever you've got a lot more free time on your hands, that is one thing I think that is a good thing. So, knowing your prices, check those games out. Maybe you'll find a Pokemon Snap for $3. Well, this game I think goes for about $10 to $15. I haven't looked it up, obviously, but this would be a good pickup for $3. If it's worth $15, I may already have it, but I can flip it. I may not have it, then I can add this to my collection for only $3. So, if you were going in the store and you found a Razor Freestyle scooter for $12, you're gonna pass on that because you know the price for that is way too much. So, that's kind of the last tip I wanted to talk about, is know the prices of the games you're looking for. Whether it's Xbox games, whether it's PlayStation 2 games, I use price charting as a good jumping off point, and then if I'm really looking, I'll go to eBay and look at sold, I'll go to Mercari and look at sold, and then I'll figure out, okay, that game sells for $20, I'm gonna take, let's say, a 20% cut, so I'm thinking I'll get 16 bucks for that game, but I'm paying $4 for it here. That's a good return on investment, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. So if you are looking to resell, knowing your prices is gonna be very awesome. But if you're also just wanting to collect, knowing those prices is a big deal, because you could end up spending $10 more or $10 less depending on how much that game is priced at. So I wanted to bring that to your guys' attention. Now, hopefully in the next month we'll get back to kind of our old routine, our day-to-day routine where we go out game hunting and finding cool stuff, and I'll be able to bring you more videos, whether it's at the antique store or the flea market or just everyday finds. Really, I want to keep doing that and get back to it, so hopefully that happens. But before that, I kind of wanted to get prepared and let you guys know kind of what I am thinking whenever it comes to being prepared. So with that being said, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification because it lets you know when I post more videos, which is every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And one last time, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you stay safe, wash your hands, practice social distancing, stay at home as much as you can, stay 6 feet away from each other, and just be safe out there. One last time, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you have a good day.